In this video, I'm going to show you on how to find the area under the curve using integration. So you can see here that I have two almost identical equations, except for one is positive and one is negative. And I'm going to find the blue area. So is there any difference when I'm using integration to solve, to find the area for the shaded region? There is one difference between finding above the x-axis and finding below the x-axis. When you find above the x-axis, you get a positive value when you find the area using integration. But when you find below the x-axis, you get a negative value. But does that really matter? No, because you get the same answer, except that it's in a negative value, right? So all you need to do is to modulus it, mod the negative value, and then you get the positive value for the area. Because area, right, you have to do it using positive value. So in this case, let's say for example the first one, we're going to integrate that. If you're going to integrate the first one, you get something like this. So when you integrate the first one from 5 to 3, so we have negative x minus 3, x minus 5, and dx. And take note that we are differentiating with respect to my x-axis. Okay, that is why I have a dx down there. So when you solve this thing, it's going to be like substituting the 5. Once you integrate, you're going to substitute the 5 inside into the x. Then after that, you're going to minus, substituting the 3 inside the x, the integrated form. Then you're going to get the answer. You're going to get the area, the blue shaded region. So let's say for example this area I get to be 5 units square. Okay, so I get this 5 units square, and if I'm going to integrate the other one, same thing, 5 3, I have x minus 3, x minus 5, and then dx. And if you're going to do the same thing, you get negative 5 units square. So area cannot be negative, right? So we have to mod this. So we have to mod this whole thing. So you get into this, and then you get a positive 5 units square. So you can see that there is no difference, except when you get negative, you do not have to freak out and say that you are wrong. You just have to mod it and get back to the positive value for that area. And now we're going to go on to the next part. If you have something like this, so for this kind of question, when they want you to find the area above or below the y-axis, take note that is with respect to the y-axis. This means that you need to first make x the subject. So that will get you cube root of y, because we are integrating with respect to my y-axis. Unlike the previous question, we are integrating with respect to my x-axis. So in this case, I'm integrating with my with respect to my y-axis. So I'm going to integrate cube root of y dy in this case. So you need to take note that this is very important whenever you solve questions area under the curve. And let's say for I'm going to give this 7 and 2. We take the higher number to be at the top and then followed by the smaller number. Do the same thing, integrate this equation, substitute 7 minus, substitute 2 inside. So it looks something like this. The integrated form is inside, take note of that. And then we're going to substitute into here. And before that, let's say for example you have integrated, or you want to write it in this way, you can do so. You can write it this way to show them that the constancy is not there, because this is a definite integral. Okay, and because we know the value 7 and 2. So once you do with that, you're going to substitute the 7 inside the first bracket, minus 2. So 7 will go here, and then 2 will go into this bracket. Remember, you have to integrate it first before you substituting the 7 and 2. Then you get the value, which is the area. Let's say I'm going to get 8 units square. So what is the difference between finding the other side of the equation? You got almost the same thing, except that you will, this time round, if you're going to solve this, provided the equation I give you is the same and 7 and 2 is the same, you're going to get negative 8 units square. You just have to mod this thing, and then you get your positive 8 units square. And that's all for the area under the curve. And I'll go on with a few examples to show you how to do this kind of question. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to do it.